Many people, without even knowing it, make financial mistakes that can affect their retirement savings in a big way. Matthew Paulson is a certified financial planner from Barnum Financial Group and joins me now. Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
We're going to talk about some of the common mistakes people make, but one of the biggest mistakes, I think, is that people just don't save for retirement.
Right. You know, coming through the financial crisis of 2007, 2008, it really caused people to look under the hood again and see how they were doing and what their plan looked like. And ultimately, what they found is we just really weren't saving enough. And we're realists. As financial planners, we need to understand this is a very difficult time for a lot of people. And in some cases, it's just not possible to put away as much as you should be.
That's right. With the economy the way it is still.
It's very difficult out there. A lot of families are down to one income. In some cases, there isn't an income coming in and just unemployment. But in the case where there is, you know, a good solid income or two incomes, it's really important to be putting it away.
Now's the time to really sock it away.
No doubt about it.
All right, let's first of all talk about savings. When it comes to savings, what is the rule of thumb?
There's so many different rules of thumb. In an ideal world, we'd love to see somebody get up to that 10% savings mark. It's proportionate based on...
When you say 10%, do you take it out from your paycheck every time or 10% for the month?
On an annualized basis, based on what you're making. And that's... We would love to see people get there. You know, some of our most successful clients, that's what they've done over time, you know, 10, 12%, even 8% is a great place to be.
Now, will that get you to a lifestyle that you're accustomed to when you are retired?
It should.
It should.
You know, it's tough to make those blanket statements, but it certainly should. And it's really important that you at least start with a savings level that you're comfortable with and then work up from there.
Okay. What about taking advantage of the company match when it comes to like 401ks?
Yeah, it's something that, you know, we've seen a lot of companies have to pull back on.
Oh, yes, they have. They've dropped it to maybe from 6 to 3%.
They have. You know, we've seen some companies that were matching, you know, 8% or even higher than that have pulled it back to 2%, or some companies that have had to take their match away entirely. So if somebody still is lucky enough to have that match, we highly encourage them. Take advantage of it. It's not free money, but it's pretty close to it. You put in X percentage, let's say 3, and the company matches 3, you've basically just doubled the money in your account, assuming you're vested in the plan.
Absolutely. All right. How often should you contribute?
Yeah. We make light of it, but sometimes we call it the 1% solution, where if year over year you can raise your savings level by 1% each year, it makes a tremendous difference long term.
So start, if let's say you're at 3%, so the following year you should go with 4.
5. And what's happening? You're saving more and more and more, but you're getting comfortable living on less and less and less. And over 10, 15, 20 years of employment, that makes a huge difference. And it doesn't shock you to go from, let's say, 3% to 10%.
Yeah, you get used to it, like you said.
Yeah. Slowly but surely over time. Little incremental change.
And when should you rebalance your portfolio?
That's a really important investment strategy and something that we don't see utilized as often as it should be. We believe that every single year a portfolio should be rebalanced. And by that we mean take it back to the proper allocation. If their risk tolerance dictates that they should be 50% in stocks and 50% in bonds, well, each year go back to that 50-50 blend. If the stocks had done well, you're taking some of those gains off the table and you're sort of salting it away into the bonds.
But don't react when you start seeing the stock market go down, right? You need to just hang in there.
That's another big financial mistake. Removing emotion from the investing, following those basic principles that over time will help your batting average, so to speak, and help you do the right things.
And just really quickly, how can people avoid spending too much in retirement?
Yeah, you're talking about that big transition where you trade in your paycheck for a stream of income off of that asset base that you've accumulated, your nest egg. And it's a very uncertain time for people. As a rule of thumb, it's usually about a 4 to 5% distribution rate off of your lump sum. So if you had $500,000 saved, that's only $20,000 to $25,000 a year. Not a lot of money, but that's the proper distribution rate. All
right. And of course you can contact Matthew at 203-689-9016 or go to his website, MatthewPaulson.com. Matthew, thank you again.